afternoon. My name is Lisa Barnett. I'm an instructor at the High School of Fashion Industries. I'm also professional grooming and a stylist for shows, for fashion shows and for print work.
I'm Andrew Sotomayor. I'm a makeup artist, and I've been a celebrity makeup artist for a little over 10 years. For the people like Kerry Washington, French Davis, Julia Binoche, Anne Hathaway, Bruno Mars, Adam Levine last week, and I just came from the headquarters for Hearst, which is the magazine publishing company. Glad to be here.
My name is Richard Riggins. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm the Director of Career Services at The Door. We are a youth organization focused on empowerment of young people through community resources in a think tank model. My history is that I've worked in human services for over 20 years, and I have been a youth empowerment professional for most of those 20 years. So I'm very happy to be here, very pleased to speak with you guys and hear your feedback today.
Hi everyone, my name is Jormel Zaldivar. I'm a career counselor at the Office of Career Services at Fordham University, and I'm there to help their alumni and students achieve their career goals. And I've been within the career services industry for about 14 years now.
Hello everyone, I'm Mark Thompson. I'm a business developer with Berkeley College. I've worked in the admissions department, associate, assistant director, worked as a career counselor for 3 years, and been a business developer for six months. And I've been in this industry for over 10 years.
Have there been any setbacks or frustrations in terms of with achieving your career goals? And if so, how have you come across from those and achieve those goals?
I would take that one. Go ahead. She doesn't mind. I think that for me to speak to this, one of my largest setbacks was myself. I had a period in my life where I absolutely had no confidence about achieving anything, doing anything, completing anything, and so how I overcame that was just a process of starting to develop an internal barometer where I said, okay, let me do small goals. Let me just write down what I want to do. Let me write down where I want to be. And then as I wrote those things down, I created a map for each one about how I was going to get there. So it's about understanding your true inner self and developing your true inner self. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that happens over a period of time. It's something that you develop through a process of having others start to believe in you so that you can believe in them yourself, so that you can see what they see, sort of a mirror reflection but in other people. So I think that the important thing for me and the way that I overcame that sort of lessening of myself for a period of time was to understand that I have value, and that value will only be reflected from others whenever I start to believe in myself. So hopefully that helps.
I have a question for you. How long did it take you to get your own company?
I don't have my own company per se, but I treat my own career as if I was running a company and as if I'm the president of it, which means that I need to, I'll be working a certain number of hours a week, either with private clients or on set, but then, even then, the hours that I'm not with clients, I'm doing all the other stuff that I should be doing, all of my homework. I'm reading about the industry, I'm doing research, seeing what's popular, seeing what's going on, seeing what fashion designers are doing, and trying to make sure I have good relations with people and checking in with people, seeing if important contacts have time to go to coffee. So it's not exactly, I don't own a company, but I treat my career as if I do have one.
Yeah.
And I'm my own boss and also the most bottom-ranking employee. Is the question you're asking more about how long does it get to feel comfortable?
How does it, because I'm trying to own my own thing as well, since I've been doing a lot of fashion as well. She's a teacher. I have a couple of questions for you. I have a whole bunch of things in my mind that's open to the box, and I want to like put it out there and get help and find the right people to, you know, spread it out and make it known.
So here's one thing that I'll say. A lot of fashion companies will pop up and they'll make a splash and then that'll kind of be it. It's the same thing like for singers and pop music. You know, they might do something amazing, but then they don't have the longevity. Something that I think in every industry you can see this, and I think for people who've managed to make long paths for themselves in any creative field, one thing that they've done is they've had a long-term vision, so you know where they want to get to. And if you're somebody like yourself who sounds like you've got a lot of ideas and a lot of things you're passionate about, start with the thing that is a need in the world. That's a little bit different, that somebody hasn't already done. So if you were a jewelry maker, if you're a jewelry designer, start with the type of jewelry that you think there's a niche for, or something that no one else is going to do. So then if you go into handbags later on, and maybe your handbags, you've got great ideas, but maybe they could get lost, start with the jewelry.
Also, what school you teach?
High School of Fashion Industries.
Is that possible, like, for older kids to, like...
It's a high school. Actually, FIT started before they ever had a campus in our building. But it is a regular city high school. All right. For different trade areas, for older students, they would probably go to either FIT or the Parsons.
Since we're on the topic of education, I'm going to throw out a question to the panel. And the question is, please share with us tonight your feelings on the importance of education in getting a job. All right.
Currently, like, in our particular economy, it's so very important to get an education. Some students say, why should I get an education when 50% of the graduates don't have jobs? We've been in recessions before. Things have been low, but they always come up. And right now, it's so incredibly competitive. So if you don't have skills, computer skills, you don't know how to express your thoughts, you can't really write. It makes it even more challenging to actually find employment. And for yourself, thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, you tend to have to work 10 times harder than everybody else because you don't have a check often coming every 2 weeks. So you need so many more skills than the average person. You have to really know how to develop relationships with other entrepreneurs, other companies. You have to also be able to create yourself as a brand that people would want to work with. Like this gentleman was saying that he works with a variety of different people. He's a brand, so he has like various agencies supporting him. They know he's excellent at what he does. That's what you have to do. In terms of also too, you should seriously be thinking about internships in those fashion areas that you like, working with companies, because many of us say we want to do a lot of different things, but you want to start building your resume now. Do some internships in fashion companies in those various areas that you like, because you're going to excel, because you enjoy it. And it's nothing worse than going to work every day to a job that you hate. So you know what your passion is, and a lot of times you often get lost doing the things that you love. It doesn't feel like work. Like I go to work, I don't feel like I'm working. People say, why do you put these hours in? I love it. I enjoy going to lunch with people. I enjoy bringing companies on campus for the students to actually meet with for employment opportunities. I love looking at the statistics, what areas are really high right now, healthcare, accounting. I went to lunch with a gentleman yesterday. He shared so much information with me that's going to help me empower the accounting students. So along with going into the industry that you love, I think we should really start learning how to network with other people. Because you can have a lot of talent, but if you don't know how to network to showcase that talent, it's not so good.
But I feel like, you know, it's just something that you have to learn to juggle, and you just have to sort of, I think time management becomes a huge thing. You really have to know how to manage your time effectively, because your time is going to be very limited, especially if you're working and you're going to school. You know, if you want to try to include a social life, how do you even do that? Or you have a husband, a wife, a partner. How do you even fit in time for them? Your kids, if you have kids, it becomes challenging. Sorry. It becomes challenging to learn how to fit it all in and do it all. And I think that, at least, well, for me, I mean, I don't know, I guess I'll speak for myself. I made mistakes and I screwed up. And that's how I learned, by kind of making mistakes, falling, and then realizing, okay, how can I do this differently? And then realizing, that there are options and that there are other ways to do it and to make it work. And at the end of the day, it can work. It can. Anybody? I don't know if anybody else
I
wants
think
to.
a lot has to do with time management, creating a system for yourself. Like I have like a monthly planner, and you can point out different things that you have to do. You may have class at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, so you blot that out. You map out, you may have an appointment on Monday, but you have a calendar, a book, a system that you follow so you won't miss meetings. That's key. And you would have to change your whole lifestyle. You can't really squander 5 hours watching a TV program. You have to study. Friends may call you and say, let's go out and have some fun. You say, you know what, I really want to go out with you, but I can't this particular weekend because I have to study for an exam or I have to write a paper. You have to become very disciplined with your time. That's the key to your success.
And you have to be willing to hurt a little. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a little. Just because you'll be sleep deprived, just a tiny bit. But the outcome, you have to look towards the outcome. As long as it's the end goal, the result is what you want, it will be absolutely worth it. You'll feel no pain. That's why I tell everybody that, wants to go back to school. Once you get across that stage and you've got that robe on and you have that paper, it's no pain. No pain. It falls away like childbirth. Falls away. So you just gave birth to your new self.
I gotta concur with that. Just keeping your eye on the prize will help you stay motivated, and also create a support network for yourself. Know the people that will be affected by your schedule changes and the life that you're about to lead, and say, this is what's going to happen, and this is what's going to challenge the current situation. But I hope to have you on board, and I hope that I have your support in this journey that we're going on, and really creating that nurturing level of support from those who you find important in your life.
Something else that he was also talking about, the support system. If you decide that you're going to do that and you're serious about it, you may have to sacrifice friendships, because some people may not be aligned with you being looking for a goal, that you're going after something that they're not going after. So you have to make a decision. Are these people that were my friends, if they're not pushing me and they're not on my train, I may have to leave them. I may have to leave them behind. And that comes with maturity and understanding that the goal that you're looking at may be more important than hanging out and partying, than going to clubs. So you have to make that decision, what's going to be more important. I won't tell you that you're going to have to kick all your friends to the curb, but you may have to drop some of them, especially the ones that are not aligned with you doing something positive for yourself and getting on board with what you're trying to do to make yourself a better person.
If they're really your friends as well, they will understand.
If they're really your friends, but you know what though? Some people will say to you, you think you're better than we are because you're going back to school, and you have to decide though, is that attitude something that you're going to deal with, or is it something that said, you know what, if you're my friend, when I'm done, we'll get back together, and if not, then that's the way it is.
Michael Jackson's Bad video.
Well, you know what? I specifically remember hearing Taye Diggs speak once, and one thing that he said, Taye Diggs said, you're in an advantage. You have an advantage if you choose to surround yourself with people who are also successful, and people who are at least motivated to become successful. Because if you're surrounding yourself with people who don't have a long-term goal, don't have something they're passionate about, you kind of start to compromise your own ideas to kind of lean in that direction. The other thing, kind of going again with what you just said, Chris Rock said something too, and I I said it the other day, and I think about it all the time. Like when he was a kid, he used to say, "I can't do that. I'm Chris Rock," and he was just a kid, but he knew one day he was going to be something big, and he didn't want his past coming back to haunt him. He didn't want to miss opportunities that were going to come to him, and so he said, "I can't do that. I'm Chris Rock." That was kind of his guiding. He was his own guiding light.
Oh my god, I say that all the time.
I actually say that too.
Right?